Hey YouTube, can't believe what just happened to us today. We had a very nice opportunity to tour the Krone manufacturing plant here in Spiel, Germany. There's a few other people around, so I'm not going to yell too loud here, but if you ever get the chance to take a factory tour of a company or brand that maybe you're looking to buy or that you already own, come to a tour like this. I feel very privileged. It's almost surreal, hard to choose the words that I want to use here in this video, but we took a tour of the Krone factory and we saw everything. Obviously I can't film in the tour. We were able to see everything that's manufactured here at Krone, and again, to be surreal, the things that we own, the equipment that we run, obviously we don't own a big pack yet, but large square baler, but you know, the big M's and the big X, and even the new Comprina silage baler that we just bought, the 150 XC Plus. So you know, we were able to see everything and all the components for all these different pieces of equipment be built. So again, I have the utmost respect for Krone. We were able to see the true German engineering and craftsmanship come to life, which is really cool. If you like technical stuff, if you like tools, manufacturing, farming, even though it ain't easy, you'd appreciate a tour like this. So you know, we saw things like the cutter bars of our triple mowers that you guys have seen in some videos being manufactured, and that is a very unique process to Krone, the way that they're building their cutter bar. I believe that the Krone cutter bar and their manufacturing and design process is what actually sets their cutting systems above everybody else, and that's the reason we chose to go with Krone triples a couple years ago. So it was super neat because we're going through that part of the factory and looking at, you know, the Krone cutter bar and, you know, easy cut mowers and the safe cut system. And if you haven't already watched the hard hits and hayfields video, go take a look at it, because you'll see how easy that system is to change blades and to change bearings and parts of the safety system that pop the turtle off of the cutter bar so it doesn't cause more damage. We hit a very large rock in that video, and a few days before, if I remember right, that caused a lot of damage. But not only did we not self-destruct the machine by doing that, that safety cut really saved us. And why I'm telling you that is, when we are in a factory and we saw those components being manufactured, you know, we have a intimate relationship with a lot of equipment and parts of the equipment that you're always wrenching on or working on or just have to be familiar with in order to farm or operate. And looking at the amount of precision and design that go into products and little pieces like that part stuck out to me. There's several parts of the tour that did, but just being able to truly see the parts that we have our hands on, hopefully not on a daily basis during cutting, but you know, seeing them being manufactured. The CNC technology in this factory was incredible. A lot of the equipment here comes from Germany, and it's incredible how much technology is just crudely available here in Germany. A lot of the equipment's German, and the way that it's manufactured, these machines are being built, the Krone product line are built 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. They take a day off, but these machines, not only are they of the utmost technology, but they're also maintained, serviced, repaired, all by Krone. So Krone has a tool department. For instance, the cutting tools that are used in their CNC machines, those tools, when they're wore out or out of spec, are maintained, resharpened, everything in-house. They don't rely on contractors to do things very much, and that's the way that they're able to achieve, one of many ways they're able to achieve a lot higher quality. So in their manufacturing, is because they've got the process dialed in. As you can see here, just walking by center delivery TC 680. We actually almost bought this rake a couple years ago. We ended up buying a 880 instead. So again, it was super cool to just be here and see stuff that we own, see stuff that we want to own, and just walk around here these rakes without getting poked and prodded. But the Krone group of of companies and employees have treated us very well. They treated us very, very well at the Agritechnica booth and trade show. We were able to see some new equipment that's coming out. We were able to be very humbled, actually. Guys here I'm with Noble Equipment, we were able to meet Bernard Krone IV, and we even had lunch today. Now that we're back at the factory, we had lunch today at the blacksmith shop that's now been retrofitted into a small restaurant, where the Krone company was founded in 1906, if memory serves me correct there. So, you know, a lot of history with Krone and their roots here in Europe and Germany especially. So it's not very often you can go to a company and shake the hand of a family-run owner, the owner of the business, who's also part of the family. A lot of times these big companies, well, pretty hard to go shake hands with people that are you know, traded on the stock market, and everyone owns a 1/1,000,000th of a little sliver of a company. Pretty hard to go shake those owners' hands, and you come here and not only being hosted very, very well and have opportunities at these tours, but you know, you get to shake hands with the owner of the company. That was a very special moment. Never going to forget that one. Thank you very much, Bernhard, and your team for everything that you've done for us on this trip and letting us see some of this and the tour and the hospitality. Thank you very much, and thank you for making such nice equipment. We are very proud Krone owners. We love everything that we own. We look forward to owning more in the future. This baler here, I'd love to give one of these a go. The Veripack round baler. So you may see one of these around at some point. I'd love to give one a go. This is actually one of our choices of balers that we'd like now that we're selling our 5x6 baler. So we've kind of talked about that. There's a few different models, but we are wanting to give a 4x6 baler a try, and this may very likely be the one that we choose. The rest of the tour couldn't have been more compelling to have faith in your equipment. The reason I say compelling is you look at the way it's manufactured. We are very anal in wanting to keep things clean and well maintained. Sorry, I'm just walking by here. You've seen one of these. We just bought one on our farm. This is the Comprina silage baler wrapper combo that we just bought here this summer. So you guys have seen this, so it's just for familiarity here as I walk by it. But what I was saying is we're very anal in the way that we keep things and we maintain things. We want our equipment to be in the best shape and productivity at all times. So you know, we're always concerned about chaff and, you know, even the way things look. But when I say chaff, like build up and builds up heat and just keeping things clean. And I have a lot more faith in our equipment now because the way that the paint process even happens here at Krone. All the steel, quality control of the steel is first in crude steel form, but then the steel goes through something like 12 or 15 baths. I think it was 12 like massive bathtubs, and these cranes and overhead devices are dropping the steel in, and I believe even some of the steel gets sandblasted. And when you see that process happen and you see the quality of the paint and just all that finishing happen, you know, when we have a machine, you know, we're not going to be as worried, you know, about the paint falling off and rust and things like that, just because you see the quality of everything right down to the paint. So very happy to see that happen and the way that it does, because I don't know how many implements we've owned where they rust and, you know, a little bit of chaff gets built up in a corner somewhere that's really hard to get to, so it doesn't get cleaned out all the time, and all of a sudden, you know, the paint falls off. So, you know, you can't help but just be proud of the quality control that's in that factory and quality manufacturing process. So super cool to see the big M's and the big X machines come off the line. They're such massive pieces of equipment that when you see them being manufactured and they're in line going down the line, 2 of them get finished every day. So they take about 4 to 5 days per unit to get built, and super cool process. My mind's blown here. I'm trying to brain dump on you guys to just kind of share the experience, but couldn't be more proud coming out of this tour to be the owner of some Krone equipment. It was very nice to see the quality, because you know we have some pride of ownership, you know, and we have even more pride of ownership now that the equipment is built to even higher standards than we thought. So can't help but just keep walking around and and drooling while we're here. But again, on that factory tour, the sheer scale of the place is one thing to admire, but also the scale of organization. So this factory tour showed us everything, like I was saying. However, when you think of what it takes for people to organize a factory, think about who has to plan that. Think about who has to plan where all these CNC equipment go and where all these people have to work and things go around. It was super well organized, and kudos to whoever plans that out. That's a huge feat, but the organization was just impeccable. Couldn't believe it. We didn't get to see the whole bit in its entirety, but the factory has now expanded its parts distribution system, and it's all automated, and they're not trying to replace people, they're trying to scale up. So when we talk about scaling up, their current warehouse and parts distribution center had a 40-foot set of racks in it, so pallet racking and warehouse racking. That 40-foot set of racks was completely full, and every bin had barcodes, and it was super well organized, and that wasn't enough. So now they've built another building. It must take up a couple acres. It's huge. No selfie stick required from up here. And that building is completely robotic, and it's almost 2.5 times the size, or 2 times the size. So the ceiling in that building is 83 feet. So the racks are 83 foot, and everything is automatically picked. Like, I think a lot of people have probably seen videos from like Amazon distribution warehouses. It's kind of like that. It's just crazy that they have to scale up, and they doubled the amount of trucks that can be loaded in a day. So loading docks, everything's doubled. So you talk about a company that's growing and going places in the business. Well, this is one of them, and it's just crazy to think that they do it all themselves too, right? They design these buildings, they design the systems, they design these ways to be efficient. Obviously they're designing their equipment too, and the neat thing, to keep rambling here, is all their equipment, everything's built here. So I mentioned that a lot of their toolings and things are as well, but all their equipment and all their steel is all here and manufactured here. They're not subcontracting a million different parts and pieces. Think about how many other manufacturers and OEMs, they have so-and-so company build this for them, this one, this and this. Obviously Krone doesn't build their own tires. As an example, we love the fact that on our equipment, they're running BKT tires. We've had great luck with BKT, so we're happy that that brand comes on these machines. But anyway, a lot of these components are all built here. They're not subcontracted and assembled by Krone. They're all built by Krone, which is a huge feat. So again, scale of organization and the scale of quality design, it's crazy. Just touching on people for a second, the people that work here have that genuine craftsmanship. So they're still people turning wrenches, and that was very important for me. I wouldn't have been as interested if an entire baler was built by a robot. That doesn't interest me, and that actually kind of scares me as far as the parts and pieces that go into assembling the baler, because if you have a human overseeing things, they can catch mistakes. Don't get me wrong, they can make mistakes too, but there was a lot of staff in this factory, hands-on, building this equipment. And you know what? Everybody needs to eat. Everybody has a family. I wouldn't personally be as interested in this if it was all built by robots. Don't get me wrong, they lean on CNC technology, all their own milling and everything, and cutting. But the fact that it's built by people that care, you can tell just by the customer service that we get. We pride our dealer that supports us, but we also have pride now in the fact that when you talk to somebody that's employed by Krone, they're just nice people and they want to help. So I'm not trying to make this some big plug video for Krone. I'm telling you this because I'm genuinely impressed. I've said it already in the video, I'll say it one more time, then that's it. We're proud owners of Krone equipment, and this tour and everything that we've experienced at Agritechnica this week have made us pretty secure in this product line. We're believers, and Krone's a great company. Can't wait to have more stuff at our farm. Stay tuned, guys, there's more to come.